familiar with the bingo process, it's like the other bingos we played, so the Wineo Bingo. Everyone has the cards there, front and back. If you just pick one side, if you're playing with us here in the inside, you can go ahead and use 2 cards. For those who are listening online, if you follow the link, there is a way to just download the cards, so feel free to print those off and we'll be good to go. What we're doing, though, we are going to play the traditional Wineo Bingo. So anyway, it's straight down, across, or diagonal, any straight 5 in a row. And then we'll get going. But before we get going, my name is Matt. For those who know me, thanks for coming out. If you have never seen me before, afterwards, feel free to come up and introduce yourself. Love to meet more people. I am Amanda's husband, for those who know Amanda. And what I'm doing today, so I'll be calling bingo, and then also I'm supporting LLS. So I'll give a little bit more information later on about LLS, but first we'll get going. We'll start calling some bingo out. So without further ado, we'll get going. At any point, if you need more chips, more cards, let me know. Obviously, we're here just to have some fun, drink some wine, talk to each other, have a good time. So with that, we'll get going. The first one up we have is Winehedo. Winehedo. I will be calling them pretty quickly today. Ideally, we have about an hour, so we're going to play from 6 to 7. Goal today is get as many winners as we can in. Let's get a lot of games. Just have a good time. Second one up is Watermelon. Again, that one is Watermelon. Third one we have up is Exciting Events. Exciting Events. Next up we have is Herd Wine Club. Herd Wine Club. Next we have Delaware. Again, that one's Delaware. Next up is another event that we do here is the Family Feud Trivia. Family Feud Trivia. And those who are familiar, the Timber Hill Winery, that wine space there, that is the free card, or the free space. So work that in there. Again, playing 5 in a row any way you can get it. Next up we have is Semi-Dry. Semi-Dry. Next up we have is Raspberry Rosé. Raspberry Rosé. For those who are following online, if you have Wineo or Bingo, go ahead and use the comment section below, and we'll go ahead and get you in there. Next one up we have is Spiced Red. Spiced Red. Next one we have is Cranberry Spritzer. Cranberry Spritzer. Next one we have is Brandy. Again, that one is Brandy. All right, next one we have up is Petite Pearl. It's a type of red, one of my favorite types of wine. Again, that one is Petite Pearl. Petite Pearl. Next up we have is Winery Tour. Winery Tour. Followed up by Tuesday Booze Day Blush. Tuesday Booze Day Blush. Next up we have is Muscat. Again, that is Muscat. Next up we have Old Fashioned. Old Fashioned. Next up we have Corkscrew. Again, that one's Corkscrew. followed up by red wine. Red wine. And get you the prize there. Next up, we have wine tasting. Wine tasting. Followed up by champagne savor. Champagne savor. Next up, we have strawberry. Strawberry. Followed up by label, as in a wine label. Next up, we have buck. Buck, as in a type of deer. Type of deer with some antlers on it. A buck. Yep. Followed up by wine. Again, that one is wine. Next up is another event. It's the yoga and wine. Wino? All right. Again, that one is yoga and wine. So do not clear the cards. If you're playing online, again, don't clear the cards. You do have a winner. We're gonna keep calling and get a few more winners off this one. But go ahead and save yours. Let me make sure your cards are very shortly. Next up, we have harvest. Harvest. Followed up by Margarita Monday. Margarita Monday. All right, followed up by sparkling wine. Sparkling wine. Next up, we have Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Next one up we have is Traminette. Traminette. Yep, Traminette. Again, for those who are listening online, we do have one winner so far in the winery, but we're continuing to play until we get two more. So bear with us here. Next one up we have is Cranberry. Again, that's Cranberry. Next one up we have is Winston. Again, that's Winston. For those who follow along on the Facebook, it's the camel, the popular camel, Winston. Wino? All right, great. So we're gonna do not clear cards. We're gonna go ahead and go one more winner for this one before we clear them. And again, we'll leave yours as it is. We'll go ahead and get you the prize shortly. Next up we have is semi-sweet. Semi-sweet. All right, followed up by Frontenac. Frontenac. Frontenac, yep. Wineo Bingo? Who's got one? Who's got one over here? All right, congrats. All right, so yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and clear your cards. Anyone here, go ahead and clear your cards. We're going to go ahead and start over. I will get you guys' price here shortly once Amanda comes back. So, for those who are listening online, we do have we got 3 Wineo Bingos in the winery. So we didn't get anyone at home listening, so we gotta do a little better job online. But again, thanks for joining us online. With that, go ahead and clear the cards, and then we'll give it just a minute, and we'll start up shortly. All right, so for those who are following online, we're just going to hand out a few quick prizes for the people that won, and then we'll give it just another minute or two, and then we'll start back up. All right, we got the prizes. All right, guys, we're back in action here. We're going to get going on round two. Let's go ahead and clear the cards, and we're going to get going. All right, first up. We have is Cranberry Spritzer. Cranberry Spritzer. Next up, we have Food Truck. Food Truck. Followed up by Herd Member. Again, that's Herd Member. Next up, again, we have the Camel. We have Winston. Winston. All right, next up, we have Widow's Weekend. Widow's Weekend. For those who are just tuning in, again, we're going to do a traditional round of bingo this one. So any way you want to get it, whether it's across, down, diagonal, anything works. And again, the Timber Hill space on the logo on the cards, that is a free space. So go ahead and whenever we get it, go ahead and call out the wino or the bingo. Next one up, we have Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Followed up by Board Painting. Again, that's Board Painting. Next up is Semi-Sweet. Again, that's Semi-Sweet. Next one we have is Herd Wine Club. Herd Wine Club. Followed up by Saval Blanc. Again, that's Saval Blanc.
Amanda, did you give me last year's cards?
Next up, we have Red Wine. Red Wine. Followed up by Cranberry Spritzer. Cranberry Spritzer. Next up is gift cards. Again, that's gift cards. Next up is Sassy Saturday Sangria. Sassy Saturday Sangria. Anyway, yep, vertical, horizontal, straight across, down, whatever, any way you can get it, 5 in a row. Any way you can get it. Don't know if we call this one, but Frontenac Gris. Frontenac Gris. Followed up by Raspberry Rosé. Raspberry Rosé. Next up is Chips and Salsa. Chips and Salsa. Next we have Wine Tasting. Wine Tasting. Previously, we called semi-sweet. We're following this up with semi-dry. Semi-dry. Next up, we have watermelon. Again, that's watermelon. Anyone getting close out there?
Yeah.
Any 4 in a row?
Yes.
4? All right. I like it.
I don't love to say that.
Yep. I think it is bad luck to say it. All right, next up is Sunday Fun Day Sparkling. Sunday Fun Day Sparkling. Next we have Tank, as in wine tank. Tank, yep. Tank. Next up we have Exciting Events. Exciting Events. Followed up by Champagne Saver. Champagne Saver. We had Champagne Saver and Tank. And Exciting Events. Those are the last 3. Next up, we have Buck, as in a type of deer. A male deer with antlers, Buck. Followed up by Label, as in a wine label. Next up, we have Traminette. 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 Yep, it's a type of wine. Next up, we have Margarita Monday. Again, that's Margarita Monday. Followed up by Frontenac. Again, that's Frontenac. Next up is Cheese Tray. Cheese Tray. I feel like we've called a decent amount of cards, so hopefully we're getting some close ones here. We got to have a few 4s. You guys look pretty full, so we got to be getting there. All right, next up is Truffle Flight. Truffle Flight. Followed up by what I am drinking, which is Foch. Foch. It's a type of red wine, Foch. If you've never had it, I would recommend it. It's my favorite. If you like it. Next up is Wine Hito. Wine Hito. All right, followed up by Lemon. Lemon. Next up is Wine Pairing.
Yeah.
Got a bingo?
Got one.
All right, congrats. We're gonna do not clear the cards. We'll keep playing. We're gonna go ahead and get 2 more winners this round. But again, that last one was Wine Pairing. Wine Pairing. All right, next one up we have is Dry. Dry. All right, next up is Craft Night. Craft Night. All right, followed up by Grape Press. Got another bingo. You have the hot card. All right, again, do not clear the cards. We'll go 1 more winner. If you are following at home, again, if you have Wino or Bingo, go ahead and use the comment section, and we'll get you hooked up. All right, so we have 2 winners. We're going to go ahead and go 1 more. Next up we have is St. Croix. St. Croix. Guys, we got the pressure on here. We're getting close. I feel it. Next up is Wine Tasting, which that is a duplicate. So hopefully if you had that, you have it marked because that was one of the earlier ones we called. Next up is Rhubarb. Rhubarb. We have another bingo. We got another bingo lineup.
Rebecca, I got yours up here.
All right. We'll go ahead and clear the cards. I'm going to hand out some prizes, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, so go ahead and clear the cards. We'll get going in just a few minutes. So just a quick spiel of kind of why I'm here. For some people that have seen me before, again, thanks for coming out. If I haven't seen you, at some point, introduce yourselves. Again, I'm Amanda's husband. She's in the back somewhere running around. So nice to meet you guys if I haven't already. What I'm doing today, so obviously I'm calling the bingo. I'm here on behalf of LLS, which I don't know how many people in the room are familiar with that, or people listening online. LLS is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's a really good cause. It's a nonprofit organization, and I'm working with the chapter here in Madison to ultimately raise money and spread the awareness of what the organization's about. So just a few things, what they're about. Again, if you're familiar with it, huge thanks and the continued support for what you guys are doing. But just a few notes I have on what they're about. So LLS, again, it's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. They're the largest voluntary nonprofit health organization dedicated purely to raising money that helps with people that have blood cancers. So obviously a lot of people we know either have cancers or there's family members impacted. Again, a really good cause, and ultimately we're trying to raise money to support either the research or those families of those people that are impacted. Three big areas of focus that they look at is they do a lot of money for funding for research. They provide support for families and patients for those who are impacted, and then also spread awareness about what the organization is and what they can do to help people that are impacted. Just a few stats about LLS here, and then we'll get back to some bingo stuff. But for 2017 and 2018 alone, they've helped advance 34 out of 39 blood cancer treatments. So a huge amount of money that they spend in terms of looking at different types of treatments for those people that are impacted. And just in Wisconsin alone for 2018, LLS has supported 995 families of people that are impacted. So they do a lot of really good stuff. Personally, what I'm here tonight is I'm trying to raise some money for LLS, but really the more important thing is to spread some awareness. So we do have a donation. If you guys are interested, there's no obligation to it. The donation link is through Facebook. We also are taking cash donations for those who are interested. Again, there's no obligation for it. My only ask for you guys is to, again, spread some awareness for what LLS is as an organization. And by all means, if there are any families that are impacted, if there's any individuals that are impacted by cancers, truly be there for their support. So huge thanks for that. And that's kind of what I'm about. If you guys are interested more about the organization at some point, come up to me afterwards. I'd love to give you some information about it or just go over what they're about as an organization. So huge thanks for that. Again, huge thanks for coming out tonight. Let's have a good time, and we're going to get back to some bingo. All right, ready to roll? All right, so first up, hopefully your cards are cleared. If you didn't have a winner, go ahead and flip your cards over, get crazy with it. If you want to switch your cards in, feel free. If you're playing online, go ahead and download a new card. and we're going to get going here. So first up, we have exciting events. Exciting events. Next up, we have cranberry spritzer. Cranberry spritzer. Was that a mid flip? We didn't have any right away, so we're flipping them over.
Yeah.
All right, flip it over. Let's get lucky here. All right, next up we have is semi-sweet. Semi-sweet. If you guys are playing online or at home, good luck to you guys. We've had 6 winners in the winery tonight, so hopefully we can get someone online. If you're playing online, again, use that chat feature, and we'll get you your prize if you win. Next up we have is Widow's Weekend. Widow's Weekend. Followed up by, well, this is the duplicate again, cranberry spritzer. So we'll give you it again. If you haven't marked it already, go ahead and hit that. This one, same as last time. We'll go ahead and mix it up for one of the next games. But again, any way you can get 5. If you want to go down, across, diagonal, either way works. 5 in a row. Followed up by Winston. Winston. Next up, we have Saval Blanc. Saval Blanc. Next up is Frontenac Gris. Frontenac Gris. Next up is Throwback Thursday Red. Throwback Thursday Red. Next up is one we haven't called before. It's bottle, as in a bottle of wine. Bless you. Next up, we have Marquette Rosé. Marquette Rosé. Followed up by another new one is port. Port. Yep, as in the dessert wine. Dessert wine, again, that's port. Port, as with a P. P. We're getting crazy here in the winery. We got a few crazy people. Next up, we have glass. Glass, as a glass of wine. Next up is Wisconsin wine. Wisconsin wine. Next up is oak barrel. Again, that's oak barrel. Next, we have gift cards. Gift cards. Next up is another new one we haven't called is vineyard. Again, that's vineyard. Followed up by lemon. Again, that's lemon. Next, we have Frontenac. Again, that's Frontenac. It's a popular one. We've had it, I think, every round. We have Buck. Buck. Yeah. Next up, we have food truck. Food truck. All right, followed up by semi-dry. Semi-dry. No pressure, but we do have someone already that has 4. So I'm calling you out. I don't know. It might be bad luck, but pressure's on. Next up, we have white wine. White wine. I'm cheering for you, but I'm also cheering for the people in the back because they haven't won yet, and the online people. Maybe that's. All right, next we have cork. Cork. So if you guys wanted to hit that with port, now we got it with cork. So we're good to go. So yeah, forget it both, port and cork. Next up, we have La Crescent. La Crescent. La Crescent. Next up is Margarita Monday. Margarita Monday. All right, we got Sparkling Almond. Sparkling Almond. Next up is Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. People at the bar, how are we doing up here? We getting close?
Not even.
Not even
I think
close.
we got
You need a new card.
I think the old Ma gave us last year's card.
Probably did. Probably did. I don't tell you.
I know she is.
Maybe you'll go to hot streak here. All right, next up we have Label. Label. Next up we have Tank, as in wine tank. Tank. Next up is St. Croix. St. Croix. Wino? All right. All right, we got a wino in the winery here. Go ahead and leave the cards as is. Do not clear them. We're going to keep going and get some winners here. We got to be getting close for some other ones. People in the back. People in the back and people at the bar. We got to get it going. All right, next up we have Spiced White. Spiced White. Spiced White. All right, followed up by Antler Shed Red. Antler Shed Red. All right, next up is Cookie Class. Cookie Class. Next we have Wine Wednesday White. Wine Wednesday White. Followed up by Dry, as in dry wine. Again, that one's dry. All right, still looking for two more winners this round. We have Sassy Saturday Sangria. Sassy Saturday Sangria. Is that uh-oh as in good or getting close? Oh, okay, I got you. That's not a good uh-oh. Next up, we have Grape Press. Again, that's Grape Press. Next up, we have Sunday Funday Sparkling. Sunday Funday Sparkling. Next up, we have Herd Member. Herd Member. Next up, we have Chips and Salsa. Chips and Salsa. Wino? Yeah. All right, so looking for one more, so don't clear them. You gotta be in the post back there. All right, next up we have Winery. Again, that's Winery. Next up we have one of the things we're giving away, which is the wine pouches. Wine pouches. We're giving that away for people that are winning, by the way. We're not just giving. Just clarify that. Yeah. This is special. I don't want to get in trouble here. Next up, we have wine. Straight up wine. Next up, we have Tuesday Booze Day Blush.
Bingo.
All right, we got another bingo. That's three, so go ahead and clear the cards. Go ahead and clear the cards, and we'll give it we'll give about 5 minutes here if you guys want to get some drinks. Get up, go to the restroom, whatever you got to do. And then we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Sure. All right, so we're over here. Yeah, I think it's all right. Does anyone need a different card? Anyone have an unlucky card they need to switch in? Nope, we're good. All right. If you haven't won, maybe flip it over. You got to switch up the luck somehow. If you're playing online, somehow get a new card, go on there, download a different one. All right, who's ready to get going? Ready to roll again? Ready to go? All right, we're going to get going here. All right, first up, we got probably enough for maybe 2 more rounds. So we're just gonna go. We'll go with three winners again on this round. A little differently though, no diagonal. It has to be either straight down or straight across. So I'm letting you know before we call them. That way, if you want to flip it over, if your Timber Hill spot isn't in a good spot, help you out. It's gotta be straight down or straight over. All right, so with that, we'll get going. First up, we have Spiced Red. Spiced Red. Spiced Red. Next up, we have Tuesday Booze Blush. Tuesday Booze Blush. Followed up by Sunday Fun Day Sparkling. Sunday Fun Day Sparkling. Next up, we have Truffle Flight. Truffle Flight. Next up, we have bottle, as in a bottle of wine. Next, we have cookie class. Cookie class. Next up, we have wine. Wine, as in a bottle of wine. Next up is wine pouches. Wine pouches. Next, we have grape press. Grape press. Next one is Sassy Saturday Sangria. Sassy Saturday Sangria. Followed up by Wine Wednesday White. Wine Wednesday White. Next up we have Dry. Dry. Next up we have Cork. Cork. Followed up by gift cards. Gift cards. Next up is La Crescent. La Crescent. All right, next we have Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Next one is Frontenac. Frontenac. Followed up by chips and salsa. Chips and salsa. Next one is food truck. Again, that's food truck. Next one we have is label. Again, that's label. Followed up by semi-dry. Semi-dry. Next one is white wine. White wine. Again, this one we're doing either straight across or straight down. Diagonal is not going to count. I will be checking the cards. We're doing the honor system though. We're completely on the honor system. A lot of trustworthy people in here. Next one we have is Winery Tour. Winery Tour. Followed up by Antler Shed Red. Antler Shed Red. Next up, I don't think we've had this one before, but we have corking machine. Yeah, that's a hot one right there. Corking machine. Next up is Margarita Monday. Margarita Monday.
Okay, our cards are looking good. Be careful.
Next up, we have a Herd Wine Club. Herd Wine Club. Next up, we have Sparkling Almond. Sparkling Almond.
You should drink some of that.
It's good. Yeah, it is really good. I like it. All right, next up, we have Herd Member. Herd Member. Next up, the famous camel, we have Winston. Winston. Next up, we have Saval Blanc. Saval Blanc. Followed up by another type of wine, we have Traminette. We got a wino. All right. Congrats. I think that's number 2 for the night. Go ahead and leave the cards. Go ahead and leave the cards. Do not clear them. We'll keep going. We're going to keep going. Next up, we have Semi-Sweet. Semi-Sweet. Followed up by Marquette Rosé. Marquette Rosé. Next up, we have Cranberry Spritzer. Cranberry Spritzer. Next up is Wisconsin Wine. That might be the first time we've called that one again. Wisconsin Wine. Next we have Vineyard. Vineyard. Next we have Buck. Buck. Followed up by Exciting Events. Exciting Events. I did. Yep, just plain fried night. Next up, we have glass, as in a glass of wine. Who's got a bingo? All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna get a few more winners this round. We got some close cards. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for having too many winners, but we're gonna keep going. Next up is Throwback Thursday Red. Throwback Thursday Red. Followed up by Tank, as in a wine tank. Next up, we have Oak Barrel. Oak Barrel. Next, we have Live Music. Live Music. Next is Marquette. We got a wino? All right. All right, we're gonna go one more. Don't clear cards. One more winner on this one. You get as bar. You guys started out hot, and then then it went downhill. For sure. All right, we're gonna go one more, and do not clear the cards yet. Next up, we have Watermelon. We got to be getting closer on a few other ones here. This is the first time we call this one tonight. We have Pineapple. We got a wino. All right, we're gonna clear them up. I got to pass this some prizes. Well, I got a few prizes to toss out, so give me just a few minutes here, and we'll get back up and keep going again. I got time for one more quick one, and then that's gonna wrap it up. It's not loose. We're at time. what are you guys doing from Chicago?
We're visiting.
Cool. You live in Milton? You guys? How's everything in Chicago? You guys staying safe over there?
Yeah.
Good.
That's why they're here.
That's right. Make sure you use some hand sanitizer. Stay plenty far away from us. Yeah, I like it for sure. Funny. All right, so we got time for one more quick game. We did this last 2 weeks ago. So if you guys joined in 2 weeks ago, thanks for that. We call this like a flash round or like a quick round. So this is a little bit different than what we do. We are gonna do 3 winners again. I'm a big fan of the 3 winners. I think it's kind of fun. We only have about 10 minutes left, so we got to be quick. So the flash round, it's first 5 on a sheet, no matter what it is. It could be anywhere on the board. It doesn't have to be diagonal. It doesn't have to be in a line. Just 5 chips on the board. What's that? Free space does not count. Yeah. Yeah. If we're listening online, we're doing a quick flash round. Any 5 on the board count. Go ahead and use the comment section, and we'll get going on there. Any 5 on the board. Yep. In addition to the free space, yeah, the free space does not count. I'm watching you guys up here. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yep. All right, so we're going to get going here. This is going to be a last round. In advance, huge thank you guys for coming out tonight. For anyone that's supporting LLS online, huge thanks for that. Again, the donation link, if you want to go on there, completely optional, is on Facebook. Also taking any type of cash donations, completely optional. Again, my only ask for the LLS stuff is, again, to spread some awareness around what the organization does and any family that's impacted by cancer is needed for their support. So with that, we're going to get going. First up in the flash round, any 5 on the board count, we have Margarita Monday. Margarita Monday. Got it right off the bat. All right. Next up, we have Tank, as in a wine tank. Next up is Widow's Weekend. Yeah, I'm watching this guy. Widow's Weekend. Next up is gift cards. Gift cards. No one better be calling it yet. That's only 4, so that's how you get cheaters. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, next one could be a winner off the bat. Last one was gift cards, followed up by cork. Cork. Next one up we have is Truffle Flight. Truffle Flight. Next up is Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. I think we're getting close. You got 4? All right. I feel good about it. You guys are pretty far away. You guys got a long way to go. It could be your card. You should have flipped it over.
We did.
I did offer to change them out. Next up, we have wine. Wine. Next up, we have exciting events. Exciting events. Next up is herd member. Herd member. Next, we have watermelon. Got it? We got 2. 2? You got 1? We got 3. All right, that's it, guys. That's 3. That's 3. I'll go ahead and pass on the prizes. Give me just a few minutes on those.
You want one more wrap?
We can do another wrap. You guys want to do one more? We got time for one more? All right. Let me toss on these prizes before I forget the names. No, we don't have time for that.
No, don't have time. Let's just let them know you love the car.
Yeah, for sure. You know what you want?
Oh, you got any lights in there? What do you do? Amanda, if it don't work, I'm bringing it back.
No, I mean, we're switching out at some point. All right, guys. I don't know what's going on in the people following at home. We're not getting any winners there. So if you're following at home, go ahead and use the chat function if you're going to win. We're going to get going one more quick wrap around, another five on the sheet. So go ahead and clear them off, and we'll get going. I am going to give a little heads up. The ones I've already called, I am not putting those back in the mix. So if you said, hey, maybe I had a hot card, flip it over. If you didn't have a hot card, it gets you a better chance. So it gives you some options. All right, we got 4 minutes left before 7 o'clock, so we got to get going here. Next up, we have Traminette. Followed up by Semi-Sweet. Next up, we have Sunday Fun Day Sparkling. Next up, we have Antler Shed Red. Antler Shed Red. We're going to stay with the Reds, and we're going to go Throwback Thursday Red. Next one up, we have Live Music. Followed up by Pineapple. We got a bingo in the back corner. All right, I like it. We're going to keep going. We got another Wineo Bingo. All right, we're going to try to get 2 more winners out of this round yet, so hang on with us here. Next up, we have Chips and Salsa. Another Wineo. We're going to go one more. We're gonna go one more winner or three more words, whatever comes first. Next up, we have Food Truck. Next one, we have Spiced Red. And good luck to everyone. The last card we are pulling tonight is going to be Tuesday Blush. Sad way to end, but that's what we got. That's the last one. That's the last card. So, yeah. Five together. That's a sad story. That's pretty sad. You guys started off really good though. The last 2 rounds, not so hot up here though. Yeah. Again, everyone, thanks for playing. People online, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions at any point about what LLS is about, feel free to meet me afterwards. Otherwise, if you just want to say hi and meet me, I'll be around for a little while too. So, again, thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, so we got some winners over this morning. I'll grab the bucket before. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. How long are you guys down in the area? Sunday. Gotcha. You got more stuff lined up? You're on there. Yeah, he's talking about this weekend. That's all. I have two of my buddies who work downtown Chicago. They're doing a bunch of stuff at home right now. I like actually pretty nice. Yeah, they don't take buses to work. I was for a while. I was out for like the Naperville area. I did a location there for my work, and then I was driving there to downtown Chicago. Chicago. This is in March, it's snow is horrible. And some days like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think if you guys drive downtown Chicago, I'll give you guys a lot. There's a lot of fun stuff to do there. Right now, I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Stay positive with it. Who are you trying to have it down? Okay. You just know what, I don't know. I don't work here. They have the, so I'm instructed to say, pick whatever you want out. And then I should know that there's no. So, and then that would be You guys got a big weekend ahead? Yeah. You guys have a big weekend ahead?
Yeah, we always
We are so wrapped up with our
Okay.
I don't know if you're saying
Yeah, I'll take it. All right. That's really wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
that's very old, my parents like I come in here, and check on everything, so everybody works here,
Oh, yeah.
everyone, they come and fit it.
Good.
I just there's one year after that. So this is all I know. Don't be pointing at one thing. A lot of people get upset, but I grew up on a farm. It's part of nature. So what? $100 fine? Keep double that.
Yeah, I like it.
Well,
Yeah, maybe I put 30 or 40 fine stop. Hey, they're obviously.
too expensive.
And it's easy to call an exterminator, you know?
Oh,
Right by far. So kind of went all over. I went to Sling University. That's where we met. And then we moved up to the water. And I was a pharmacist there for 4 or 5 years. And then switched roles a little bit. I'm actually right now with kind of but we're going to keep walking. Yeah, he did. And when he was under, he was there for about a year. And Yeah, well, yeah, if I go in this,
It's a little remote. You got a 26 right gas. You got a 106. You got some roads out there. But other places like that, you go to places, you get your wines into a strong gas, and then you make it somewhere.
oh, for sure.
Plus you do that. This is what we make them, what we do.
I like to do it like, I know they do a lot of music out there.
Yeah. Make some noise. Get some John Crescents. Well, the reason I say that is because for some reason people damage they have a whole pharmacy up there. I know. And they totally sold that through the pharmacies. Type of approach that they thought was great.
There's a lot of those. Yeah, I think
But I like the old
I don't know. Yeah. No, that's cool. What do you do for fun? Yeah, for fun. Where do you go pick? All over?
Well, I got friends in Alabama, for 7 years, so I'm Orange Beach. I got a friend who's in Atlanta's done really well, but since I got Orange Beach here, so we rent a condo for a week. Guys from Minnesota, Wineo Bingo, Pensacola, that's his brother. So we go down there, we go out to Orange Beach, which is Alabama. And then we have another, we land out license kids, so you get the red snapper on one side and love that, bring that 30, 40 pounds of great fish. Fishing in the southeast of one after another.
Boat in South Dakota.
So I got the guy I fished with the water and sneaking out there, just looking at the fish spots. We have permission, so we're going to fish that for 4 or 5 days. And then I fish up at my buddy's place, he lives up just north of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. There's like Wineo, but that's what you got everything back in the country. So we just go a couple weeks off and do the same thing, try to keep. Just love fish. I like fish around.
There's some good ones up in the Bay.
Well, I have not. And friends that live in Apple, Fox Valley. I went to school over there for a couple years. Got friends that live in Appleton and Kimberly. Never fished Green Bay, but I go down to Port Washington. Okay. Yeah, between where you're talking and Milwaukee. And we travel every day. Go out on the lake, get salmon, crumble, and down stuff. Just love it. That's what we want to farm. Got the birds, got to sell the farm, and lots of Green City. Now I just really like to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I'll see you around the wall.
I know, I try to stay away, you know. Oh, like you live there or work there, one or two. Can't do both.
So she got 2 Fridays, and then she had 1 Friday. So 3 Fridays so far. Do you want like a tasting coupon or something, or you're good with the 2 pouches? Yeah, it's 2. It's
Oh,
good.
they are really
So I always give them
What was
but is the right one? Well, I had it direct